care will love you just the same.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes, B, console her,
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7.
Today on Suncoast View, good news for a local cultural attraction as they make a bold move to keep their leadership intact. We'll discuss.
It's the only one of its kind in the world, and it is coming right here to the Suncoast. We'll learn more about the new Women's Sports Museum and how it's coming together.
Internationally acclaimed craft beer is being made right here on the Suncoast. We'll talk to Motorworks Brewery about their new awards, and we'll taste the winning beers. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show. Happy Monday morning. Stephanie Roberts is off today, but we are off to a very fun start.
Yes, we are.
A big welcome back to our guest host, Kathy Carson-Fryman. Known and honored and respected as a Suncoast attorney, and also, of course, I have to throw in Linda's daughter.
My daughter. I mean, that's really what I become here.
Yes, that's right. We've been following the move of Linda moving right next door to you, and I think that all the cameras should be there. That is a reality show I definitely would tune into.
I think it could definitely be a reality show.
Well, I think I'm getting cameras on my alarm system, but I think I'll point them at her house so I can see what they're doing over there.
Yes, there you go.
You'll just see little kids walking to your house. That's
Well, those little kids are actually pretty busy. I know this is the second official week of school for most of the schools in the area. How are the kids enjoying school?
They're good. You know, Lila's a kindergartner, so this is kind of a big adjustment for her. She was like, oh, we have to go back again? There's Lila. And Leo, he's in second grade, so, you know, he's kind of an old hat at this.
Big man on campus.
Yeah, he understands, you know, that it's Monday and that there's a long week ahead.
Have they fallen asleep earlier? I remember the first day of school when I was a kid for that whole week, I would just crash.
Well, not really, because they were in camp and we were on vacation, so they were really busy all throughout the summer. So not so much. I really wish that were true. I was hoping that would be the case.
They're going back to school to rest.
As the next door neighbor, though, they come over and visit me a lot. But my joy is at 8 o'clock. Yes, I have popsicles. At 8 o'clock, they have to be in bed. So I know they're going home like 7:30.
Your joy is that
Oh, did I say that?
You meant the other joy, I'm sure.
Other than their presence.
Yes.
Well, they're great fun, but very active. Lila scrubbed my fur last night.
She said
although I don't know if
good
this is a career choice I'm going to
Oh,
encourage.
wow. All right, so she's had a rough Monday already. Well, no, Linda, we know that you are a wonderful and caring grandmother. And the reason we know this is we were talking last week. Linda is going to take over duties this week in the car line for picking up the kids.
Yes, at Bayhaven,
Oh,
you have to get in a line. Kathy made me practice. So I have practiced over and over and over going around the block at Bayhaven because there is no room for error. You've got to get this right, and there are teachers standing there.
We're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, you know, I cannot fasten a kid into a car seat.
Oh,
and you have to get them into a car seat.
They're
this
in
is the
booster
horror.
seats. They have seat belts. They can handle it. They just
The
need a little
8-year-old,
extra time.
I think, can get the 5-year-old in, I hope.
Yes.
But then you can't stop. You can't, and you can't get out and take pictures.
No.
I tried that.
No,
and they're
you
very
cannot
much
do
against
that. You can stop for the seat belts, but the pictures, I think the other parents would come after you with pitchforks.
I am so nervous. I am more nervous about this car line than I have been for anything in a
you've done
long
in your career.
time. Yes.
Well, I know, you said you're doing a dry run, and so you have the safety net of Kathy.
Yes, I will be in town. She's going to do a dry run, but then I'm going to be out of town, so it's going to be all you. There's going to be no backup plan.
Poor Linda.
911.
It's tough work being a grandparent. I'm seeing.
It is. Fashioning those kids in car seats is the hardest thing. I've actually carried one into daycare in a car seat because I could not get the kid out.
You know what? A little an ounce of prevention,
There
right?
you
They
go.
say. So
There you
good
go.
for you. Erring on the side of safety. A lot of fun. It's a fun way to kick off at least my Monday morning. To be with
I'll
you
bring
two.
them over to your house.
We
Let
also
you get 'em
are
out.
very excited to have in our Rice's Appliance Kitchen today, Chef Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, today, don't worry, this is a lot easier than picking up the kids.
Good.
We are going to make Käsespätzle. It's a German-style cheesy noodle.
Oh.
Say it again.
Käsespätzle.
Okay.
So Käse means cheese, and Spätzle is the kind of noodle that we're going to be making.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Sounds a little hard.
Yeah.
And
I
is
have some
this-
cheese.
It sounds hearty. Is this a hearty meal?
Yes, it's a very hearty meal, so it's actually really good for the kids. Like, I ate it a lot growing up because I played sports and stuff, so it has a lot of protein and carbs to keep them going.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Well, we can't wait to join you. We always learn great things from Nikita whenever she's in the kitchen. So
Thank you.
we'll learn. Please don't ask us to spell it, but we'll certainly make an attempt to make it.
I prefer to drive down there and pick it up already. Maybe
I'm
thank
with
you very
you.
much.
I'm with you. Well, it has been obviously a busy weekend, and a lot of us have been changing our plans, of course, due to the red tide. And it seems like it's really one of those things that day by day and location by location, it updates. And I know as everyone is looking ahead to Labor Day, we're all wondering if the beaches will be okay. But certainly we want to go support all of the businesses that are near the beach. So for all of our latest coverage on the red tide outbreak and answers to many of your questions, you go online to mysuncoast.com/redtide. Well, it is time for our first hot topic. And things are going so well at Selby Botanical Gardens that the board just signed the current president and CEO to a long-term contract. Jennifer Romanecki came to Selby Gardens 3 years ago and has completely overhauled their fundraising and business model. She's credited with increasing revenues by nearly 60%, increasing admissions by nearly 50%, plus a 60% growth in membership. Selby also has elaborate plans for expansion over the next 3 years. I mean, it's such an amazing place, and I've been so happy to see how much it's grown under Jennifer's leadership. So it's always good to hear about
Yes,
good news.
Because it went through so many directors over the years. Somebody would be there for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and gone and gone and gone. And now she's been there 3 years. She is doing such a great job. She is so active in the community. We all know her very well, and she loves that place. So
And
we're
it's been
lucky.
a place that you can bring kids now. They have so many things that are really family friendly and kid friendly that, like, my family and I were members, and I never would have thought of doing that before. But
Sure.
it's a place you can bring the kids. They have a lot of things.
Yes, and really multi-purpose. I mean, they have taken what was already a very nice botanical garden, but they have brought in social events, and they brought in live music, and like you say, things for the kids. 10 years is a big contract for a CEO of
What
a
will this place
cultural.
be like in 10 years? They've got to save Selby, though, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
I can see all condos, but Selby Gardens.
Well, what I like about this, too, is the idea that, you know, if there is turnover every few years with leadership, then you really kind of spend your first year as a leader just trying to kind of you know, take the reins a little bit,
Figure out
keep
what's
it going.
going on.
And your last year trying to hold on to your job.
Yes. So 10 years, I think we can really expect her to be able to carry out a lot of the change.
Dig in.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I like what you did there. All right, this Monday's shaping up. All right, well, keeping kids safe at school is the utmost concern of schools nationwide. And as part of that, Florida is increasing student surveillance. A mountain of data will be amassed for each kindergarten through 12th grade student, covering academics, in-school behavior, even social media activity. This stems from concerns that Florida school shooter Nicholas Cruz could have possibly been thwarted if better records had been kept about his prior behavior issues. However, some are concerned that this data gets collected on everyone, not just the students warranting special watch, and that all that data is a goldmine for possible misuse. What do you think? Is it possible to track the kids too closely?
I mean, what are they going to do with this data? Because on one hand, I want my kids to be safe. That's the #1 priority. But I mean, what are they doing with this data? And what gives someone a red flag or a yellow flag? Because I think we all did stupid things when we were kids. And if you're held accountable for what you did in 3rd grade, if that really does go in your permanent record, like they used to say, I mean, that's kind of frightening.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's a very good idea because we can find people who are troubled very early on. But that's right. Somebody's got to look at this data.
Yeah.
So there has to be somebody looking over it.
And it's not illegal to be troubled. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
what is troubled? You know, is that liking is that dressing all in black? Well, a lot of people do that when they're growing up. You know, is that what does troubled actually mean? And is there a penalty for being different? You know?
Right, which I think is one of the concerns is that, you know, it's one thing if you can go back to a student who has done something like what Nicholas Cruz did and try to look back and track the behavior and see if there's any comparisons or anything, you know, early warning signs, I guess. But that is always the fear, right, when you collect all this data is what if it goes into the wrong hands and is misused?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, Kathy, we monitored in 7th grade, you hit somebody with a book in front of a locker, for example.
Thank God no one monitored me in 7th grade.
It's true.
You know.
But with some of the information that's out there, I know one of the things they talked about was TSA has the facial recognition software, and that could be used possibly in hallways, so you could be constantly monitoring kids' behavior, you know, as they interact with each other in the hallways with some things that just might be a little benign.
Very big brother. I mean, this is.
But then if it saves the lives of children, you know, I'll do practically anything to make sure that my grandchildren are not among those in those schools. So we've got to do something. We can't continue to go on the way we're going. It's not working.
It's true. It's true. And I don't think anybody would like to see a repeat of any of those horrible events. And, you know, what is the saying? Freedom is never really free.
Yes.
So, you know, some of the privacy, it's all what we're willing to give up. Well, on a lighter note, but still dealing with privacy, is it ever okay to snoop in your partner's phone? A software company survey reports 1 in 4 women and 1 in 5 men admit to secretly checking their spouse's phone. Marriage therapists point out the obvious. It means that there are trust issues. Therapists say take a close look at what is compelling you to snoop and instead address that head on. All right. Fess up, and we don't have to talk current partners or spouses.
Well, of course it's not all right, or we wouldn't call it snooping. However, I would be that 1 in 4 that does look.
I am not. I would say when I was dating people, I did do that in the past, but with my husband, I trust him, you know, and I also trust that what he has on his phone is probably as boring as what I have on my phone.
Oh, I trusted my husband, but I did check his phone. And
this is the
his
woman who read my
pockets.
diary, so I mean.
And then I could be much more trusting because I knew nothing was going on.
Did you ever regret snooping?
Absolutely not. No, because we had a great relationship because I knew he was being honest. I had checked everything. I'm a good detective.
You knew because you had checked. I will admit that not in my present relationship do I snoop, but I have learned in previous relationships because you find things that you then can't do anything with that information.
Yeah, because what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Say, oh, what's this about? Because it's not normally something that's, you know, it's straight up cheating or something. It's some little clue that then you in your mind build up up to be something that it may or may not be, and you can't even ask the person about it without getting caught.
And many things I'm sure come through on my phone that it's like that could be misinterpreted if read out of context. So instead, I just keep dog pictures on my phone. So if you snoop my phone, sorry, you're gonna see lots of pictures of my Chihuahua. All right. Well, your favorite mouse has a big birthday this year. It is the 90th anniversary of Mickey Mouse, and Disney is celebrating with an interactive art exhibit in the Big Apple. Kathy, maybe you missed this one. It's called Mickey, the True Original Exhibition, and it will feature original work from contemporary artists, all inspired by Mickey and his global impact on pop culture and art. It opens in New York City in November and runs until February. But don't worry if you can't get there. Disney is also releasing special 90th anniversary products as well. I'm very happy to hear about this because I actually wondered if kids still really care about Mickey Mouse.
Do they?
Mine don't. They do in a way that it signifies that they may be able to go to Disney World.
Yes.
So that's the way that they care about. Like Mickey to them is Disney World.
Okay.
So they care about it like that. But I can't even think of them watching.
Do they even know who Mickey is really?
Oh yeah, because they're all the toys and all
they
that.
They know
sort
who
of
it
thing.
is.
Okay.
But again, because they want to go to Disney World.
Well, really good, because Disney is so good at entertainment. I mean, you never see anything at Disney that's not fun
This
and
is true.
entertaining
Yeah.
and exciting. So I think, of course, they're our parent company, so that could
Good answer.
Love
Good
you,
answer.
Disney.
Well, I wonder too, because a lot of the movies that come out now are so character driven that the kids can tell you who Elsa is from Frozen, but probably have no idea about Mickey.
Lila really likes Minnie Mouse. I
there
forgot.
you go.
Yeah, so Minnie Mouse is still
But the current characters, they're interested in them for a week and then they're gone. So the toys that are at
Not
Walmart,
Moana.
No.
Yeah, Moana has some sticking power. All right, well, it'll be a fun thing to do certainly over the holidays for families that are visiting New York. All right, well, we're going to check in with our mid-morning forecast, and when we come back, we're going to taste a new brew from Motorworks.
So some cloud cover out in Gulf waters. Over land, a lot of sunshine. That'll help boost our temperatures up pretty rapidly and get that sea breeze going early on. We have a general light easterly wind flow that'll allow that sea breeze to build and move a good distance inland. Showers and thunderstorms will build, and gradually those showers will drift off to the west or to the northwest and kind of decrease in intensity as they do so. Most of the showers today will be in inland areas. East wind brings afternoon storms. We'll watch for a midweek wind shift, taking our easterly wind, turning it to the west, and taking all these west coast showers and pushing them toward the east coast. So we'll have a little time to dry out, I think. We'll watch for calm conditions in the tropics right straight through the next several days. East wind coming in at about 10 knots today will bring you 2-foot seas and a light chop. And the forecast this afternoon calls for a daytime high topping out near 90.
The Suncoast is known for many great things. Our beautiful beaches, our great restaurants, our vibrant cultural offerings, and now we may need to add a new category, our internationally award-winning craft beer. And we're so excited to welcome a champion to our show, Barry Ellwanger from Motorworks Brewery. Welcome and congratulations, Barry.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be
So
here.
tell me, what was the competition all about? How does that work?
Well, we've actually won a bunch of in different competitions. So to date, we've won 42 different medals. And the way I currently remember that is we have 42 employees. So we're joking that every one of our employees can wear one of our medals.
Everybody's got one now.
Yeah.
So how do they choose? What are the competitions like?
So it's variable based off of different competitions. But the big three, which we've now won, the World Beer Cup, the Great American Beer Fest, and the U.S. Open, where we were just named 9th in the world for the overall competition.
Wow.
We won a couple of medals, some of which are with us today. Those are really the big three, and we've won in every one of those competitions.
Does somebody sit down and drink all those beers and compare?
So it's actually blind tasted, so that's why we like these kind of competitions. We get to see what people and judges, experienced judges, know and think about our beers without knowing whose beers it are. But overall, there's over 6,800 entries into this competition, and you choose. You only get to send a couple of beers, so it's not like you could just send a ton of stuff and flood it. You have to pick your very best, send it in, and hope that people enjoy it as much as we enjoy making it.
And you went over 6,800 people, so they must really stand out because you didn't win just one of the top awards. You won. Tell me about all the awards you've won.
Yeah. So Pulp Friction, which is the one that we're actually drinking today. We've actually won 3 medals for this one at this point. It just won at the U.S. Open, so we took a silver for that. The beer that beat it and won gold was also our beer, our mango habanero.
Oh my goodness.
You beat yourself.
So we beat ourselves. We kind of just cleaned up in that category.
So you brought home the gold and the silver.
The gold and the silver for that category, and we also won gold for barley wine, and we're 9th overall in the competition. It's a point-based thing for each medal you win is so many points. And we won a lot of points, a lot of medals.
What does it mean to the brewery when you come home with these awards?
Yeah, for us, it's just it's a really nice notch in the belt, if you will. It's a nice way of knowing what people think of our products. The best of the best judges out there think of it completely blind. We know our beer sells great. That's fantastic, but it's also cool to see what people think of our beers completely unencumbered.
So we'll give you our opinion. So tell me what we're drinking here. What did you bring?
So this is Pulp Friction. This is our grapefruit IPA. It's now our top-selling beer company-wide.
This was the ninth?
So this is one of the ones that won a medal.
Okay.
It's won a couple of other medals as well in different competitions. But bright, citrus flavor. We use Florida grapefruit in it, just bursting with grapefruit flavor. But it doesn't have that pithy bite. So it drinks really, really clean, really easy, great for on the beach.
And Linda can fess up that she said on our show before she's not really a big beer fan. But this
I
is
used
tasty.
to wash my hair with beer when I was in high school because it makes your hair beautiful. But so for me, I always related it to shampoo. But this does not taste like shampoo. I really like this.
That's an accolade, I think. That's great.
I'll take it.
That's a pretty big deal that all of these from all over the world, and you placed in the top 10.
Yeah.
What's some of your bigger competition? What other cities?
Well, so the World Beer Cup is really the most prestigious one. We just won with our Daddle Pepper Imperial Porter, which is big and spicy and chocolatey and delicious. So we just won a medal with that one. That is the most prestigious competition out there. So that one, we were actually in Nashville. That competition happens every 2 years. So it's not every year like some of the other ones. A lot of entries into it, and it rotates cities based off of where the Craft Brewers Conference is. But we won that one. I was in tears. It was amazing.
Oh, my goodness. So why do you think you guys win so many?
It's just a testament to our brewers. I think that, we always put quality first and foremost. That is the most important thing for us. We do not cut corners. We do panels. We have a wonderful lab. Our staff, very experienced, and, it's really just accumulation of all of those factors.
Is there a trend in beer, like citrus is really big right now or something?
There's a lot of trends in beer, but absolutely. Like citrus and IPAs are very, very, that's why we sell so much Pulp Friction. But it's very on trend, especially in Florida. People want to drink, something that's easy to drink in the sun. Take it out on the boat, take it to tailgate, and enjoy your day.
So if I go out and I want to make an impression on somebody when I'm ordering beer, what should I order?
Whatever beer you want to drink, but preferably one of ours.
What does this mean for the Suncoast? To have a brewery from our neighborhood honoring so well.
Honestly, I think it's just a testament to this area, and with how many people are coming to this area with the tourists and whatnot, it's really becoming a beer destination. And we have so many people come through our tasting room from around the world. This just helps put that notoriety in the Suncoast and Bradenton on the map even further. And people can come, enjoy the beer garden, all the festivities that we have out there.
Speaking of festivities, what have you guys got coming up?
Well, this weekend we're going to be pouring in Tampa at the Halfway There Beer Festival, which is part of Tampa Bay Beer Week. Happens every March. This is our halfway point to that. It's a nonprofit, but a wonderful, wonderful thing. Us, 60 other breweries pouring beers. We'll actually be pouring our Pulp Friction and our Daddle, so two of the big award winners.
Well, you'll love this one. Try this one.
And then we, at the brewery, we're always hosting events. So, we do everything from a singer-songwriter night once a month, and we also host a lot of events. So, the one thing that we're very well known for is out in the beer garden and in the tasting room, people have their weddings, their anniversary parties, their Christmas parties. It's really a great gathering place, and we can host very, very large parties or very small ones. We've done a 300-person wedding, and it went off flawlessly.
Oh my goodness, what fun! And the first Thursday you have parties too, right?
Yeah,
special events.
It's actually the third Thursday that we do our singer-songwriter night that I had mentioned. Johnny Morgan comes out there with 3 other songwriters, and they play all original music, and very Nashville style. One person plays and the next person plays, and it kind of runs in a circle.
Yeah, we've covered
wonderful.
that. It's great. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations.
My pleasure. Thank
you. Happy Monday morning.
And for more information about Motorworks and all of the events coming up, you can go to motorworksbrewing.com. Next, will legal action beat the drug crisis? We'll ask the attorney.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
A Tampa Bay county joined the growing list of governments nationwide who are suing drug manufacturers over the opioid epidemic. Hillsborough County is now going after the drug industry. Since the Suncoast is part of the epicenter of the opioid epidemic in Florida, we wanted to ask our guest host, lawyer Kathy Carson-Fryman, how these lawsuits could help counties plagued by the opioid crisis. All right, Kathy, what do counties have to gain by suing the drug manufacturers and the pharmacies?
Well, a lot of the same things that happened in the 90s with big tobacco, that's kind of what we're seeing here. What they want is money to pay for this problem, whether that be education and prevention or just actually dealing with the problem. Rehab centers, foster care, all the things that are costing so much money for these individual counties, some of which have been just hit by unbelievable numbers of opioid addiction.
So it isn't necessarily about throwing blame, but about trying to get the funds to fight it.
Exactly. It's saying, listen, well, it's kind of throwing blame. It's saying, listen, for these pharmaceutical manufacturers, you were deceptive. This was, you were deceptive in your marketing. You really pushed that this was the only way to treat chronic pain, that these were not addictive, that they had a 1% or less chance of causing patients to be addicted. They also, the pharmaceutical companies they found were funding these seemingly unbiased patient advocacy groups, and they were giving them a lot of money to really push for these drugs and really push for doctors to prescribe them. So the lawsuit's saying because of these deceptive practices, the public, and not only the public, but medical professionals believed that these drugs were safe, and so they prescribed them. Meanwhile, they find out, you know, that many of these claims there were no peer-reviewed studies to back these up, and you know, a lot of the things they said just were not correct.
Oh, that really bothers me. I didn't know that. So they lied to us. Well, why can a company make something that kills people? That part bothers me. When I had hip surgery and I knew I had to take pills, I did not want any of those. I was terrified. They ought to be able to make something
but
that
there
makes
are people that use opioids and they don't have a problem, they don't have an addiction, and it is just a way that the best way that they have found to battle pain. So isn't it really the tool?
Well, I think it's the tool, but the the claim, the allegation is that the manufacturers were not honest in that. They were pushing it for everyone. They were pushing it as something that could be safely prescribed to the general population. And I think that the numbers show that that was not a correct assumption. They were incorrect in that. So I don't think anyone's saying that there's no sector of the population that should be allowed to take these. What they're saying is it shouldn't be something that everyone can take. And so that's what they're going after the manufacturers with. With the actual pharmacies, like CVS, they're saying, listen, you were getting these huge numbers for some of these counties. Like there's one pharmacy in Pasco County that the city only had 24,000 people. The actual amount of pills for the year were over 2 million, which equaled like 60-something pills per person in that city per year. They're saying you had numbers that were so outrageous, you breached your duty to say something, to warn people that this was a problem. And you did it because you were making so much money selling these particular pharmaceuticals.
Okay, all right, great insight into this story that seemed to not make a lot of sense to me at least, and it'll be interesting to see if our county follows suit as well. Coming up next, on a lighter note, there is something coming to the Suncoast. And it's good news, and it's nothing like it in the entire world. We'll talk to one of the organizers.
I work hard all day, and this is why. But taking care of my money has never been easy. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, making it easy to keep track of my money and pay my bills on time.
Here's to the strong, to the dependable, to the trusted. Your family counts on you. Who can you count on? The Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. With direct deposit, you can get your paycheck or government payments up to 2 days faster.
I don't have time to wait for a paycheck, cash it, and then run around and pay bills. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, time.
Call now or go online to get your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. There's no cost to order and no credit check. Load money onto your card and then shop online, pay bills, buy groceries.
I get a text alert every time our card is used, so we always know our balance.
And we're protected from unauthorized transactions. Brinks gives us peace of mind.
With Brinks, you can conveniently manage your money online and with the mobile app.
I get cash back on everyday purchases. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, saving money.
Call now or go online to get your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. There's no credit check and no cost to order. And with a qualifying direct deposit, we'll upgrade you to Brinks Preferred with extra benefits, including a savings account with up to a 5% annual percentage yield. And in this TV-only offer, personalize your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard with your photo for added security. Get paid faster with the Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. Manage your money on the go, anywhere, and get the peace of mind you deserve. Brinks knows what's valuable to you. Call right now to order your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard.
Call 1-800-290-8144.
There's no cost to order. Call now.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing DermaSuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. DermaSuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as DermaSuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the DermaSuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your DermaSuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen with Chef Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. Yes. And Nikita, you're going to be teaching us how to make one of your favorite recipes, but I understand you have to get started on it now.
Yes, I have to start it now because I want to caramelize the onions. And for the key to good caramelized onions is patience and butter. Oh. It takes really low heat. You want to melt the butter down, add the onions, lid it, kind of set it. So it takes a little bit of time.
Patience and butter. I promise that we have at least one of those when we join you. And remind us again what we're making.
So we're making the Käsespätzle, so a German egg cheesy noodle.
That sounds delicious. We can't wait to join you with all of our patience and some of our butter. Well, women in sports have become part of pop culture here and there over the decades, such as the popularity of the movie A League of Their Own. But women athletes represent a largely untold story. Beth Green is working to change that as president of the very first women's sports museum that will be right here on the Suncoast. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
We are honored to have you.
This is very exciting. So tell us where the idea for this museum came from.
It came from one of the All-Americans got together with some of our board members, and they originally had discussed maybe a baseball museum for women to highlight the League of Their Own.
Yes.
And through their efforts found out that there wasn't one museum dedicated to women in sports, not one in the whole world. And so they felt like it was important to get the women's stories told. And so they kind of emerged from just focusing on one sport to all women in sports.
Wow, and I believe you, but I was shocked to hear that there isn't one museum dedicated to female sports.
I know, it's shocking, right? There's a baseball museum, there's a basketball museum, but there isn't one museum dedicated to telling the history of women in sports and kind of getting their voice and their story told.
And it all goes together.
Yeah.
As women succeeded in one sport, they were saying, well, maybe women can play basketball too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And many women in the early days started in one sport and kind of parlayed it into others. You know, golf and equestrian, etc.
How exciting that it will be here. So tell me why the Suncoast? We're thrilled it'll be here, but why choosing here?
Well, why not, right? I mean, this is a beautiful paradise. We often joke and say we are a museum town without a sports museum, so why not? I mean, we are absolutely open, but we would love to, most of the board members live, work, and play here, so we would like to make it a reality here.
Women athletes come here then.
Yes, yes. Well, we have the facility out at Benderson with the rowing now. Obviously with IMG up to the north with Bolletari's Tennis Academy. I mean, we are rich with not only women in sports, but all sports. And with the Braves' new stadium, obviously that's going to bring additional attraction here locally, the Orioles, the Pirates. So there's a lot of sports history here.
Oh, this would be so inspirational to young girls who are thinking about playing sports, but to see women succeed in this industry.
Yes. Well, our mission statement is inspiring girls through the power of sports. So you exactly hit the nail on the head, Linda. We definitely want to inspire the next generation and let them know that they can be whatever they want to be, whether it's an umpire, a sports agent, you know, or play sports, obviously.
So where are you in the process?
So we are super excited. This has been kind of a breakthrough year for us. We will be starting our capital campaign to get the museum underway later in the year.
And we're looking at renderings of what it could possibly look like.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. So I need to give a shout out to Chris Gallagher at Hoyt Architects. He is responsible for that beautiful rendering. And we are super excited to hopefully make that a reality. So first step is obviously raising the funding, but it's creating awareness too. And so that's where we're really at in the process. We just got a pop-up tent that I think I talked to you a little bit about that we're going to put in place, bring to the farmers market and take nationwide.
And we're looking at a rendering of that here. So we'll be able to see this hopefully in the fall.
So our intent is, well, it hopefully will be ready this week because I need to take it to the East Coast on Wednesday. But it's intended to give you an experience of the museum. So there's a timeline or a history of women in sports, some obviously pictures or renderings of women playing various sports, but it's intended to really give that feel of what you'll experience in the museum, just a little microcosm of what the whole thing.
Have you selected a location, or what goes into choosing the right location?
Well, of course, that's the million-dollar question. Where are we going to put it? So we've had interest in downtown. Some folks have approached us. We're obviously looking east of the interstate and maybe south Sarasota. I mean, we are open at this point. There's several folks that have approached us and have some interest in putting the museum. Obviously, it's got to be somewhere where there's a lot of traffic and an easy in out. So. We're open to ideas.
Oh, this is such a great business investment.
Yes.
Because we're a tourist town.
Yes.
People come here to have fun, to see new things.
Yes.
And this museum would be perfect for that.
Especially for families. I mean, I would, as a mother of small children, I would 100%, I'd be all over this museum. This would be a great idea.
And it's funny you say that, because we had friends in town that said, oh, I've heard about the Women's Sports Museum. I'd love to go visit it, because it was raining. So what do you do when, you can't go to our beautiful beaches?
And Beth, you have a great point about it is not just women's job to tell the story of female athletes, that it's for everyone. It's for the men as well.
Absolutely. So we were interviewing a woman who was responsible for Title IX this weekend, and one of the things she said is that she was successful because the men around her supported her. And that's absolutely so critical. So the museum is obviously celebrating women's sports and history, but it's intended for all audiences, not just the women.
Yeah, like Mickey Mouse is not just for mice.
There you go.
So everybody would like to see this.
Everybody. I mean, men, women, children.
And you are already making a difference in the community with scholarships.
We are. So last year we were fortunate, as part of our gala, to give away 2 scholarships locally to then seniors, and this year we're doing the same thing, and we've had them fully funded, and we increased the dollar amount. So we're super excited. Those women have become ambassadors for the museum and are super supportive of what we're doing, and have gotten the word out as well. And so we're
great.
excited.
Well, we are very excited, and we're also excited to see the pop-up museums that will come before the big museum.
It will be at the market in the fall.
Well, you can follow the progress of the new museum. You can follow their progress online by going to womenssportsmuseum.org, as well as find information about their annual gala, which is coming up on October 19th. You can visit their website to find out all of the latest news. Coming up next, we'll learn how aquatic therapy can make a difference in your rehabilitation.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, Moat Marine says all their test sites from the weekend confirm red tide continues along local beaches. We'll have their latest findings for you. And a woman who fell off a cruise ship treaded water for 10 hours overnight in the Adriatic Sea will tell you how she was finally rescued. First, here's the forecast from John Scalzi.
That's just an amazing story. We've got some cloud cover out in the Gulf waters, but so far a lot of sunshine over land. That sunshine will help boost our temperatures up and cause our sea breeze to form this afternoon. With high pressure out in the Atlantic, we get this general easterly wind flow, but it'll be light and somewhat variable, as the center of that high pressure ridge is basically over central Florida. So as the sea breeze builds, it'll push most of the storms into inland areas this afternoon. Our daytime high tops out near 90. Our rain chance will be at about 40% late in the afternoon.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now,
800-604-0398.
Or visit SoClean.com today.
ABC7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1.
Most of the time when we hang out in a pool, we do it to relax or maybe a cardio workout. But there is another very impactful reason to spend time in the water. Brenda Van Salisbury from Freedom Rehab is here to explain all about aquatic therapy. Welcome, and you brought one of your many success stories along with you, one of your patients, Philip Cunningham. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Nice to have you here.
Yes. So we're all familiar with the concept of needing to rehabilitate, whether it's from an injury or an illness, but what benefit is there from doing it in the water?
Well, buoyancy is really the star of the show. When you're in chest-deep water, you're only 20% weight-bearing on your joints and your spine. So what this does, it creates a pain-free environment. So people that found land exercises difficult can do core strengthening, balance exercises, endurance exercises, arm strengthening, leg strengthening, all in a gentle, pain-free environment. So their results are even better than they would be on land because they never get to do that much.
And are they more willing to participate, especially if it's less weight-bearing when they're in the water?
Yeah, they love it. And what happens is they feel good. So that puts them in a good mood. And then there's other people there that feel good and they're in a good mood. And we feel like we have the best job ever because we get to help people. So we have this wonderful, awesome, happy vibe. They love it.
Oh, that's great. Now, when people hear the phrase aquatic therapy, I think they, we might think, oh, it's like water aerobics, but it's different. Tell us the difference.
Well, first of all, we're occupational therapists. Second of all, there are portions of our program that require hands-on assistance. An example would be core strengthening. We would need to stabilize someone to be midline. Balance exercises, we would need to hold someone if they were, losing their balance and falling over. There are some people that walking in the water is difficult. We've got our hands on them. We have patients that from the time they get in the pool till the time we use a chairlift for them to get out, we have our hands on them the whole time.
Oh. Now, Philip, I understand that you are one of the rock star patients. So tell us about your experience with aquatic therapy.
I was bedbound. I lost my job. I couldn't work anymore. I was confined to my bed. We progressed from a walking cane to a walker, a Zimmer frame. We just bought a wheelchair and put a ramp in. That was my next step. I couldn't get to the doctors for a visit with pain and pills. So they sent Brenda out to see me, and she told me that she was thinking of starting this new treatment for me, aquatherapy. Maybe I'd be a prime patient for it. Do I want to try? I'll try anything. They got me there one way or another. For the first few weeks, I was completely under her control, held in the water and
hold them up
to get balance.
Really
I had no core strength whatsoever. And well, you see, slowly over the weeks, I can run now, believe it or not.
Oh my goodness.
That's huge.
And
bedbound.
and opiates. I was an opiate addict as well. 7 years, and she got me off those.
Wow.
And the social interaction with the group is it's wonderful. It's like mental therapy as well as physical therapy.
That's an amazing
I have no
piece.
profit in this. I'm here
Yes.
just purely to say how wonderful this is.
And he's the reason why we love what we do, to actually make a difference in someone's life and to make him happy and to progress him back to his old hobbies. Things like that make me so glad to be a therapist. But he worked very hard.
And you said that there's an aspect of fun, that it's something you all do as a group?
Well, each person is assigned a therapist, and what we do, we have 3 therapists and 3 patients in the pool. So we're all doing a different portion of the program in different areas, but the patients, they all talk to each other, we all talk to each other. So we have steel drum Caribbean music.
Oh, wow.
We've had water gun fights, we've turned people into mermaids.
This
I mean,
sounds
we just have
wonderful
a great time.
and great for your spirit and your mood. I understand that you're actually looking at expanding into doing house calls.
Yes, we are. We're currently interviewing OTs and PTs for the position. We just recently expanded into doing it in assisted living facilities, the ones that have pools.
Yes.
So we're branching out.
Oh, it's wonderful news. Thank you so much for being here. Great to hear your story.
Oh, yes.
For more information about aquatic therapy, you can go to freedomrehabaquatictherapy.com. All right, we'll be right back.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Well, we are very happy that you are with us today, but we want to let you know coming up tomorrow on Suncoast View, A Suncoast entrepreneur turned a tragedy into safety with a new line of pet products that could help save pets' lives right here on the Suncoast. Plus, as Labor Day approaches, we want some professional party tips. So we're going to learn from a certified cheese expert how to prepare the perfect cheese board. Well, wow our party guests as we head into
I have a lot
Labor
to learn
Day.
on that one.
Yes, all right. Well, we're going to get our feet wet with the kitchen by heading into Geyer's Sausage Kitchen in our Rice's Appliance Kitchen. We'll be right back.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Stephanie Webb. Coming up today at noon, we're going to tell you about the new Guardian program that starts today at Manatee County Schools. And more on the current EpiPen shortage. We're going to tell you about new generic versions that may be hitting the market to help with that shortage. Right now, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
So this afternoon, we'll have an easterly wind flow colliding with our sea breeze that'll trigger off showers and thunderstorms, mostly in inland sections of Sarasota, Manatee County, Hardee, and DeSoto counties. But a few of them could work their way closer to the coast, but basically it's going to be an inland situation. By the end of the week, I think a lot of these showers will be moved to the other coast as our easterly wind turns around and becomes a west wind by midweek. Calmer in the tropics, though. That's good news. For boating today, pretty quiet. Southeast wind at about 10 knots becomes more southerly with time. And the forecast for a daytime high near 90 will be accompanied by a 40% rain chance.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular Event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular Event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight or obesity can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
Welcome back. We're here in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen with Chef Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. What are we making today?
Okay, so we have the Käse Spätzle, and I've been caramelizing the onions, and I threw in the mushrooms, so Germans love mushrooms.
Tell us the name of the dish again. I just like when you say it.
Käsespätzle.
And it means?
Cheesy noodles.
I love it.
Nice. Cheesy noodles. Yeah, so it's simple. So yeah, I threw the mushrooms in, got them going. Now everything, I like to use the same pot because one, I hate cooking and doing dishes afterwards. Two, you get to keep all the juices.
Okay.
So I have now all the juices, and I actually caramelized the onions and the mushrooms in a truffle butter.
Which I noticed when we
so
came
good.
over. Yeah,
Yes.
it smells amazing. I love anything with truffle in it.
Is that heavy cream?
And that's heavy cream. So yeah, I added about 3 cups of heavy cream into here, and now you want to add 2 cups of mozzarella. And then what we have at the shop, I love it. It's fondue cheese. It's been pre-shredded, so it's a mix of Emmentaler and Gruyere cheese.
This is the cheese you typically find in fondue?
Yes.
Well, because why? Is it thicker?
It's it has a sharper bite. The melting point is great. Yeah, the flavor, the melting, it just is a really easy to work with cheese.
And you carry that at Guyer's?
Yeah, so yeah, we have a couple like pre-made fondue things. You just slide it into the pot and it's done.
Wow.
Add wine and you're done.
I love it.
It's great. So as this is going and melting, I have the pan going to fry the pork chop. So now at Guyer's we make a smoked pork chop. So this is actually, you just heat and serve.
Oh,
nice
wow.
and easy.
Really? Wow.
So you have that going.
Wonderful.
And yeah, what's nice about this meal is everything all is one. I did use a traditional German egg noodle, which we have here. It's great. You can make them from scratch. It's little time consuming. I don't usually.
Not going to happen at my house.
I don't usually either, especially because we have so many different kinds. The only thing with egg noodles is you want to make sure to rinse them really well. So you always, when you make a noodle dish, I always season my noodles when I add the sauce and everything, just because it gives it that extra flavor that you kind of miss. You know what I mean? So now in here I've added granulated garlic, some parsley, thyme, and salt and pepper.
So interesting, quick about the egg noodles, because sometimes I've heard you keep the water that you boil the noodles in because it has, I don't know, it's more of a thickening.
Yes, it has all the starch in it.
So would we still want to do that, just not for this dish?
Not for this dish, you don't have to. Because of that starch is also why you want to rinse them so well, to get that starch off. And that's how, sometimes when you have gummy noodles, that's why you have gummy noodles.
That's why mine aren't good.
It's because you haven't rinsed the starch. So as you can see, this melts down.
Oh, that was
becomes,
so good.
yeah, it's nice, quick and easy.
Cheesy.
Cheesy. Super healthy. And you have the pork chops fried. Yes.
And these, like you said, these were already smoked?
They're already smoked and pre-cooked, so yeah, you just have to brown and serve. Whenever I cook pork, I always keep it lidded so it keeps the moisture. A lot of people with pork have the problem of it drying out.
That's true.
That's a good
If you
tip.
keep it, if you keep it lidded, you won't have it dried out, and you don't have to use a butter even for this. You can use, I use even like we have our Moggies. This is kind of like an all-purpose German soy sauce. Is what I call it. I put it in everything. The flavor is really good. I put a little bit of water in that, and that's what I saute them in a lot of times too, because when you have a fattier dish like this, it's whatever you can cut. Sometimes it's good to cut.
So is this a family recipe? Is this one of your old family recipes?
Yes.
And when would you typically make this? Around a holiday or just
it's
hunker
a good,
down?
No, it's well, like I said, I played sports growing up, and my mom, she had lots of kids, and we were all very active. So this was a one meal deal. Like you had all your proteins, and it was quick. So she would even freeze it and have it ready to go. So when she pop it, put it in the oven, it'd be ready to go when you didn't have a lot of time to cook.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
in
a
between
great
practices.
I love this, especially as kids are going back to school right now. It's nice to
Yes.
have any shortcuts that you say we can do.
Could
We're gonna
yes. And so once this cheese sauce is all melted, you just want to pour it over the noodles.
That is the prettiest thing I've seen this morning.
No. It's smelling better and better.
And then you just stir it up a little bit. Get it going.
Wow.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, and it's super easy. Now I brought some, it's good to top with, we make a Westphalian ham, which is a traditional German ham that's been smoked and cured for 6 to 8 weeks. That's what's on top over
that's
here.
right here.
Yeah, so yeah, if you want to take, it's really good with all the flavors of this. I just put it back into here now, mix it up a little bit more, and then you put it in the oven just to get a good browning on it.
Which is what we see here.
Which is
that
what
makes
you
it
see here.
even tastier. Nikita,
Yes.
great recipe. This looks
Thank
amazing.
you.
Of course, you can visit Nikita at Guyer's Sausage Kitchen. And again, they carry all of these great items. And if she says we can cut any little tips or cut corners, we will do, because we trust her. Kathy, thank you so much for being here.
you so
We've got
much.
fingers crossed for Linda in the car line. We'll keep the updates coming. All right, we're going to dive into the food from Guyer's. You take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.